A warm welcome to lecture series on geology related natural hazards and their management. Today we are discussing about another module entitled Landslides. I hope that you know well the geology related disasters. Some of the geology related natural disasters are landslides and mud flows, earthquakes, dam failures, mine fire, tsunami, volcanism, etc. In this module, we are discussing about landslides. What is landslide? Landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris or earth down a slope and have come to include a broad range of motions whereby falling, sliding and flowing under the influence of gravity dislodges earth materials. In India, two regions most vulnerable to landslides are the Himalayas and the Western Ghats. We can discuss about the causes of landslides. General causes of landslides. Poor ground condition is one of the major cause of any type of landslide. Geomorphic phenomena, which means soil erosion or any geomorphological changes happened in any of the elevated region will definitely cause landslide. Natural physical forces. Dear students, you know there are different types of physical forces experienced on any type of elevated region. The wind, rain, the force imparted by wild animals, etc. will cause landslides. Due to heavy spells of rainfall coupled with impeded drainage also causes landslide. The fourth one, that is the heavy spells of rainfall, is one of the main reason behind the major landslides in which happened in India. Morphological causes. The ground uplift, that is the ground upliftment in connection with any type of volcanic or tectonic activity causes landslides. Erosion. Erosion is the gradual movement of the upper part of soil because of the effect of wind, water, etc. This erosion process will definitely cause landslides. Deposition, loading in the slope crest also cause landslides. Vegetation removal. Dear students, as you are aware that deforestation or the removal of vegetation is one of the main reason behind landslide that can be facilitated by the forest fire, drought, etc. Physical causes. what are the physical causes in which cause landslides? Prolonged precipitation, rapid drawdown of materials, earthquake, volcanic eruption, thawing or the melting, especially in the case of ice covered regions. The melting is another causes of landslide. Shrink and swell, which means the shrinking and swelling of rock materials will cause landslides. Artesian pressure, the pressure in which experienced from the bottom of the rock or any parent rock masses, which will also cause landslides. There are other causes of landslides, that is human induced, that is man-made causes. What are the different types of man-made causes? Excavation activities, particularly at the top of slope, that will cause landslide. The excavation activity includes quarrying, mining, etc. Loading of slope crust, that will also cause landslides because of the instability in which associated with the slope crust. Drawdown, especially the drawdown of huge mass of or the huge volume of water from top to bottom, that will also cause landslides. Deforestation, deforestation is one of the reason behind landslide. Actually, it is induced by human activity. Irrigation, the over irrigation will cause landslides. Mining, artificial vibrations, water impoundment and leakage from utilities, etc. also cause landslides. Next, we can discuss about factors affecting the mass wasting process. What are the factors in which cause the mass wasting of materials? The slope gradient, slope consolidation and water. These are the factors in which chiefly affect the mass wasting process. Slope gradient. Dear student, it is the gradient in the slope. How steepness of a slope is one of the factor in which influence the possibility of landslides. So, wherever the slope gradient is high, there will be more chance for landslides. Slope consolidation. Here, the place where the slope meet together or joint each other, there the chance for landslide is high. Water. The water is one of the chief agent behind any type of landslide. As we all know, the landslides are associated with heavy rain. So, the water in which received from the rain will cause landslides, especially in the elevated regions. the kinds of mass wasting process. There are different types of mass wasting process, that is falls, slides, flows, etc. Falls means the rock materials, especially the huge rock materials, which will fall down when any instability happen in the upper part, which means the falling process is normally associated with the huge rock materials. Slides. Slides or the sliding process is normally associated with small rock materials along with mud. So, wherever instability, the rock mass or the rock materials along with the mud will slide down. Another mass wasting process is flows. Here the water along with the mud will flows. That is a gradual process when compared to falls. Areas that are generally prone to landslides. On existing landslides or a recent landslide happened area are normally very much prone to landslide. On or at the base or top of any of the slopes are also prone to landslides. In or at the base of minor drainage hollows, there we can also expect landslide. At the base or top of an old hill slope, where the chance for landslide is also high. At the base or top of a steep cut slope, there also instability is common, thereby that area is also chance for landslide. Next, areas that are generally safe from landslides. What are the areas which are normally safe from landslides? On hard, non-jointed bedrock that has not moved in past, which is normally free from landslide hazard. On relatively flat laying areas away from slopes and steep river banks, also free from landslides. At the top or along the nose of ridges set back from the top of slopes are also free from landslide hazard. Features that might be noticed before major landslides. Springs, seeps or saturated ground in areas that have not typically been wet before are one of the feature in which have to notice. That will give you the tendency or the chance of occurrence of a landslide. New cracks or unusual bulges in the ground, street pavements or side walls, etc., also to be noticed. Whether any changes happen there which also indicates the chance of occurrence of landslide. Soil moving away from foundations, ancillary structures such as decks and patios tilting or moving related to the main house also indicate the occurrence of landslide. Tilting or cracking of concrete floors and foundations is another symptom of the chance of occurrence of landslide. Broken water lines and other underground utilities also indicate the probable occurrence of landslide. Leaning telephone poles, trees, retaining walls or fences, offset fence lines, sunken or down-dropped road beds, sudden decrease in creek water levels through rain is still falling or just recently stopped also indicate the chance of occurrence of landslide. Sticking doors and windows and visible open spaces indicating jambs and frames out of plumb. This is also an indication of occurrence of landslides. What to do if you suspect immediate landslide? Of course, contact your local fire, police or public works department. Inform affected neighbors. Leave the area quickly. This activity helps to minimize the lethality and other loss of lives. Some fact sheets about landslides and mudflows. Landslide and mudflows usually strike without warning. The force of rocks, soil or other debris moving down a slope can devastate anything in its path. So, the following steps have to be practiced before the striking of landslide. Get a ground assessment of your property. That will help to know what change happened in your surrounding. Minimize home hazards. You have to make proper arrangement to minimize any probable hazards to your home when such a type of a landslide happen in future. Learn to recognize the landslide's warning signs. During the landslide, if you are inside a building, when any type of landslide happened, you have to find a safe place inside the home and ready to escape from house. If you are outside the house, as possible as to avoid entry into landslide happened areas. If you are in the sinkholes, that is any of the depression in a particular earth surface or geographical area, you have to find a better place in which support enough oxygen. After landslide, recovery, rehabilitation, rebuild have to be ensured. Protection from landslides. Excavation and filling methods can be used to produce a more stable average slope. Drainage, especially subsurface drainage, can be equally effective, where changes in water pressure have been caused by a rise in the water table. Afforestation of slopes performs several functions. Retaining structures can be helpful for slides covering limited areas. Other methods include the chemical stabilization of slopes and the use of grouting to reduce the soil permeability and increase its strength. Slope stabilization along with hazard resistant construction techniques is the most effective preventive strategy for new development. These methods helps to reduce the after effect of landslides. Next, we can discuss about the major landslides. Landslide zonation mapping is a modern method to identify landslides prone areas and has been in use in India since 1980s. The major parameters that we will consider for evaluation are slope magnitude, length and direction of the slope, soil thickness, relative relief, land use patterns, drainage pattern and its density, landslides affected population, etc. This is a map of India showing the major landslide hazard zones. In this map, you can see what are the landslides prone area in which exist in our country. This picture shows one of the major landslide happened. This picture shows the landslides happened in different areas. I am concluding this module. Natural hazard is an unavoidable event. Of this, landslides are one of the major geology related natural hazard. Landslides will definitely cause loss of lives and property. The proper management of landslides will help to minimize the adverse effects of landslide hazard. This module will definitely help you to know what are the precautionary measures have to be taken to avoid the adverse effect of landslides. Thank you, dear students. Next time we can meet you with another interesting module. Thank you once again.